Let's see. Right now, we're gonna go over this video. It's talking about the demiurges and the archons and how witch mentality and warlock mentality and humans get involved in all of it. So it begins like this. If I'm a walking battery, is it possible to charge me? Obviously, right? So let's put it like this. If my mind works on electricity, signals, impulses, can my mind be recharged? Obviously. So if my heart works on electricity, can I be shocked back into life and recharged? Obviously. Right? So now that we're here and we've acknowledged that we are batteries and all that has been happening is that we've been being recharged, and the energy that we receive isn't always let's just say ready. Sometimes we have to transmute it. Other times it's purposely presented to us that way because internally we must have told ourselves that we might not want that job. So what does the universe do? Gives you that job. So with that being said, I woke up this morning and I woke up thinking to myself like a baby. If babies are like brand new batteries that are born, and babies cry when they're born, essentially, what is it that they're crying about? Someone once told me that the devil touches you when you're first born. And if electricity is what your body runs on, then it's very easy to perceive how they may have arrived at that statement, being stated as such way. So if everybody when they're born is automatically touched by this devil, and this devil runs on electricity that operates both our mind and our hearts. So when I'm at home and I feel this pressure on my chest, or I feel my back begin to arch, or my neck begin to bow, or my chin begin to get proud, these are all ways of charging my battery, correct? So now if this happens to me as a grown-ass adult with all the psychic powers and psychic abilities that, are developed through our upbringing, if that happens to me as an adult, what should I expect that happens to our babies when they're born? I mean, maybe the baby can't put the words that I can into context, Most babies do try talking, and so far it's only been proved, at least through some of the videos I've seen, that they talk backwards. So think about it. They say demons reflect our world. Now, if a baby is born and it first starts off learning how to talk backwards, is that a demon or is it a baby? So as I was laying there, I was thinking to myself, I mean, what can happen to me while I'm laying there? What is it that causes me to want to wake up or not keep sleeping, or what arrived to begin charging my battery? Because I mean, as soon as I woke up, immediately the guy who's there with the charger showed up and said, "All right, dude, it's time to plug in." And immediately as soon as I woke up, visualization started happening, emotions started rising, my body started trying to, psychically give me signals to move. So think about that. And this is a person with the will. So what do you guys do to babies? I mean, if you guys are in babies and you guys cause babies to move and, they probably can't fight their impulses like I can. I'm a grown-ass man, But so what do you guys do with the babies then? Do you guys just hack it to bother the parent? Because right now, I mean, you showed me that with the people I've been around, you've hacked them, invaded their minds, seeded their minds with perceptions that always landed at some altercation. Verbally, emotionally, ideally, tonally, because you guys hide it anywhere. Sometimes people are talking nice, but their tone is like, suck a big fat fucking this or that, So, I mean, I've learned how to tell when a demon's, in a person, influencing the person. It's a simple tone. We check it to see if the person is mad or angry, or to check, or, to gauge what their attitude may be or behavior may lead to. That's what we use it for. But you guys in the mind are already whispering, listen to that tone. You know? And the person automatically sharpens themselves and they're like, oh, whoa, they did have a tone. So again, now what I'm understanding is that our government and humanity have not been able to figure out this battery that shows up to recharge our battery. Is that what I'm understanding? Because my understanding is that if there's anything that is related to power and energy, it will be measured. And if you motherfuckers are around here flying and we can charge you guys, we will make a booth and charge you motherfuckers to, you know, to do whatever it is that you guys are doing. Because you guys are using our lane lines. So, what is it about science and electricity that seems to be separate? Because science shows up, I mean, all we're having is electrical signals in our heart, in our mind, ideas, thoughts, light just bending within us, you know, operating through our machine. But yet again, you guys show up trying to give us a diagnosis. What's the deal with that? You're acting like as if you're in on this. You're not in on this, huh? You're a part of the fucking so-called problem, you know, that you guys keep imagining and having people imagine and then endlessly pursuing to no end, you know, to no avail, because it was a lie the whole time. So the only other ways that I've learned to see how it is that a conscious mind can, you know, basically be influenced, astral projection, you know, basically being able to send your electrical body out of your body and maintaining your physical state still and a line connected. So we cut all those lines right now in the mighty name of Jesus, if anybody's out there. So it's basically astral projections that are just showing up to charges, you know, because obviously that's all it is it's a bending light happening inside of us. And if a thing is light itself, then well, I mean, does it just show up as a thought, as a feeling? You know? I mean, no wonder people don't tell or can't tell or won't tell because they can't even see. They won't even recognize, let alone admit to themselves that they could have something going on extra. You know? One moment they want to be that special, but the next, they don't know which direction the attention is going to take them, so they begin to doubt. That I could call that my homies that I've had plenty of experience dealing with their manipulation of my mind, you know? From doubts to unbelief to just straight up forget. 10-second time shows up, you know? And all this is to the avail of forgetting that I have my body, you know? Because right now, life has basically put me in this platform where they just want to see that they haven't left much for people to do with thought being involved, you know? Because right now, if I think about what I want to do and think about wanting it to be productive, it'll be more of a challenge, you know, in the happenings rather than it just happening, you know? But yet again, talking and having my body become, you know, all overfilled or overstimulated with emotion that's not even its own, you know, triggered basically by someone else. And then you know what they do? And then all of a sudden, astral projects ask your mind, why? What do you think? You know, there's a reason behind it. All just to get you to dive back into your mind because they know, I mean, the way they look at it is that's their domain, you know? So think about that. And even though it's in your body, it's happening in you. I'm still trying to figure out literally how they watch the TV in our brain, you know? Like I know it's an astral projection, so I know it can see what I see and thinks how I think. It's like connected to me. We're like one entity, you know, it's like a hive mind, you know, being and living in electricity. So if I woke up this morning and I woke up just boom to my reality, and then all of a sudden the astral projecting showed up and it started activating my pineal gland, so I started visualizing. And then from having visualizing, it hacked my throat chakra, and all of a sudden it started adding words and structure to the visualization. And then once it did that, someone else showed up and struck in with doubt or unbelief. and then activated emotion to rise in the body, and the body then starts going through this, hey dude, what's going on, man? Like you're living and you're not even up yet. You're still sleeping. You're still laying down, but your body, your mind, and all this is running and going on already. Maybe you should wake up and shake it off. And I do. I wake up and I shake it off. And as soon as I get up, the first thing I hear when I'm shaking it off is get mad. Because remember, they're conditioning you at every corner, at every turn, you know? So immediately, once you notice them, the first impression they want is not a positive one, you know? Because their whole point is being able to trigger you. So what does trigger mean? You know, is knowing that when something is triggering you, you got to get them happy. Because that's what they want, you know? So, you know, and essentially, just getting in the habit of conditioning yourself. You know, you smile when you shouldn't. That's because of them. You know, you smile about things that you shouldn't smile about. That's because of them. You know, so you learn to navigate that. You become aware of it, and then you sharpen it. You know, you begin to basically sharpen the skill. You guys seen this video, how they weren't so inclined to try to astral project and interferences in our video? I told you it's just a ball of energy. Just imagine a big ball of energy just floating around here. And it just says forget. And then it comes over here and then it's not forget. And then it comes over here and says think I'm behind you. And then it says it from over here. And then you're like talking shit back there. Shut the fuck up, asshole. And he's already in front of you like, I got the dumbass. So they just sit here and play stupid with you, you know? And you guys don't even know it because, well, you guys don't really care about their, you know, inputs or any of that. Or maybe I'm just, you know, being irrational and assuming too much, huh? But essentially, you know, that's it's just kids having fun, being kids. You know, if you think about it, one electric ball here, one electric ball here. You know, this one has a woman's voice, this one has a man's voice. You know, this one is the man always blaming the woman. And the woman, she just starts all kinds of shit and waits till the man's dumbass steps in and takes the blame because he's dummy, you know? He's always around just waiting for the point to stand out to himself, you know? Well, thank you guys for your time this morning. I'll probably get back to another video this day. But for now, I think I've given you guys enough input, you know? Thanks for you guys' time, and you guys have a good morning, all right?